Hey everyone, it's Lizautomation, and for this video, I decided to do a tier list ranking all the movies from Sony Pictures Animation. I've been a fan and loved this studio since I was a child. I had been here and rooted for them since before Spider-Verse. They've helped shape my childhood and taste in movies, specifically the medium of animation. And I knew it was only a matter of time before they get the respect they deserved and showed the world how innovative they can be. And it has been quite a joy and journey to see this wonderful studio grow into a respected juggernaut for animated films. Truly, I've loved seeing them innovate, and I'm glad I've been there since the very beginning. And since they released their latest hit film, Kpop Demon Hunters, I thought of tier ranking all their films, so that's what I'll be doing today. Okay, I'm bluffing. I've seen most of their films, but not all of them. I'm missing 4, but I still think I'm qualified because I've seen all of their blockbuster movies. This is going to be very biased, and I already know my opinions are very different from others, so please don't attack me for not loving your fave film, okay? I'll be nice. Would really appreciate it if you did the same. Alright, so my tiers. Start with S tier, which is peak films, lives in my veins. When I think Sony, I think these films, and they mean so much to me. A tier stands for best, really enjoyable, strong films that I love or really like. B tier means good, solid, not the best, but still good, and I like them. And C tier means average, mid, if not bad, weaker films. Give me a break, I'm not very experienced with tier lists. And D tier is for the films I haven't watched. Alright, let's jump right into it. We've got 30 movies. I'm going in order of releases, starting with their first film, Open Season. I mean, it was their first film, they were figuring it out, so I don't want to be harsh, but I'm sorry. Even as a child, I was never interested in Open Season. And then I watched it for the first time when I was 11 years old, and it just didn't do it for me. Pretty generic, kind of boring, and forgettable. To me, nothing stands out about it, and it's very much an okay film for me. I apologize if you love and grew up with Open Season. That's great, keep cherishing it, but it does nothing for me. Kind of a weak start, so C tier. Lucky for me, Sony would fare better with their follow-up, their second film, which was Surf's Up. I love Surf's Up. I've always looked at it as a chill, fun vibes film, but still a really strong movie. The characters are fun. I love Cody and Big Z's mentor-bond relationship. The film has a unique style with the mockumentary format, which really helps it stand out. It's just a super strong, wholesome kind of vibe film for me. I kind of wish this was their first film, but still works as this is our second film, see what we can do. It's really awesome. I love Surf's Up. Also, this was Sony's first film to be nominated for Best Animated Feature, so A+. Highly recommend Surf's Up, and I would put it in S tier. Could care less if that's too high. I will stand for Surf's Up. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I've always really liked this one, even if it's not always my go-to. Don't get me wrong, I really like and enjoy it. I love the wacky premise and the animation style lends itself to that. The characters are endearing. I really enjoy Flint as a protagonist, classic geeky adorable underdog. I love Sam's character arc. The side characters are fun. Flint's dad, peak character design, and I enjoy his arc as well. It's not one of my own personal faves, but it is still a super fun, strong, creative movie full of wacky energy and heart that I do come back to once in a while. So I'll put it in A tier. Please don't come for me. This is just personal preference. I swear I like and respect this film. Open Season 2, so their first direct-to-DVD film. I've actually never seen any of the Open Season sequels. As I said, the first film didn't do it for me, so I have no interest in watching the direct-to-DVD sequels. So sorry if you're a fan, but I am putting it in the D tier for haven't seen, which also applies to Open Season 3. Next are the Smurfs, the live-action one. Don't expect me to dunk on this film, because I actually have a soft spot for the Smurfs. Is this film perfect? No, far from the best from Sony. But I'm sorry, I can't be harsh on them due to nostalgia. I loved this film as a child, and it was always a bonding moment between me and my dad, since he also loved it due to growing up with the original cartoon. So this is practically one of our franchises. It's a family memory, and I hold it close to my heart because of that. I'm a softie, what do you want? And honestly, while I still enjoy it, I will admit that I haven't rewatched it as much as I got older, since I don't want to ruin the magic for myself, the Smurf essence, if you will. Yeah, I'll go Smurf myself. So anyway, B tier, strong nostalgia, but I can't be too generous. Arthur Christmas, the first collab between Sony and Aardman. I feel bad because I know this movie has its fans, but I've never really resonated with it. I watched it as a child when it first came out, rented it, and liked it just fine, but it didn't stick with me, so I must have thought it was okay. Then I rewatched it when I got a little older and I saw the good quality. It's definitely good and enjoyable, it has that sweet, wholesome charm to it, especially as a Christmas flick. And it's very cool with the Santa lore and the elves and focusing on his son Arthur, who is the quote-unquote weak link in the family. It's a very sweet creative film, but it doesn't do much for me on a substance level, and I haven't felt like revisiting it since. I want to say don't be mad, but maybe you can, because I don't know what I'm missing. I'm really glad this film has its fans, but unfortunately, I'm not one of them. I think it's good, solid, but not much else. So I'll stick it in B tier. The Pirates Band of Misfits. So this was the second collab between Sony and Aardman. Don't get me wrong, I highly appreciate stop motion, but even as a child, I thought The Pirates was just decent. And I have rewatched it, it's still good, but I don't know, maybe I'm just not a Pirates fan. Believe it or not, I'm never interested in Pirates movies. And that shouldn't be an excuse. The characters are fine and charming, and their names are pretty funny, just Pirate Captain for the main character. The villain being a queen who wants to eat Polly the parrot. Need I say more? Actually, she might be my favorite part of this film. The queen is just so insanely evil that she's fun to watch. But I don't remember that much else from this film, so highly respect Aardman, but quality-wise, I'm sticking the Pirates Band of Misfits in B tier. Hotel Transylvania. I hate to sound basic, but this film lives in my veins and raised me. I love it so much. Essentially the reason why I love Sony to this day. Comedy is subjective, but this film is a riot to me. It never fails to make me laugh. I love the fast animation style and character designs, a very fun interpretation of these classic monsters. I love all these characters with all my heart. Dracula, Mavis, Johnny, the Drag Pack. They're just so fun and memorable. It's a very wacky, fun film for me with so much heart. Alright, I'm gonna stop there for this film. I know it's got overplayed tropes, but I don't mind that. And yes, I have nostalgia for this film, but it still holds up. I still watch Hotel Transylvania frequently to this day. It's a peak movie that gives me that comforting, warm, yet crazy feeling that I never get tired of. S tier. Sue me. Call me crazy. Do what you want. One of my faves of all time. I really love Hotel Transylvania. The Smurfs 2. Once again, nostalgia. I forgot to mention that the first film was the first film I ever watched from Sony. Really though, I do consider Smurfs 2 better than the first. I feel like the plot is tighter. I love Smurfette as a protagonist. I also love Katy Perry as Smurfette. I think she brings this insecure, vulnerable, and enduring quality to the character that really shines in this film. I didn't mention how great and committed Hank Azaria is as Gargamel. He practically carries the duology. Still not a perfect film. Some things about it do bug me, just contrived plot stuff. But still better than the first, and still have a soft spot for it, so B tier. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2. Okay, I'm pretty sure this also has its defensive fans, but I do agree with the majority that it's not as strong as the first. But the animation is very fun, creative, and beautiful, especially with the food creatures in the food world. And the characters are still enjoyable, but I'm only putting it in B tier. I usually only revisit the first and not this one too often. Hotel Transylvania 2, on the other hand, also S tier. It's just the perfect sequel for me. Just as fun, wacky, heartwarming, very funny. The gags in this one always gets me. Honestly, this along with the first film are so strong as a unit to me. The sequel just hits all the time. I love this franchise, peak movie, and sequel as far as I'm concerned. Goosebumps. Alright, Sony's first CGI hybrid kind of film, which pleasantly surprised me when it first came out. It's a fun time, has the charm, fun Halloween flick. I think the CGI for the monsters still look decent, and Jack Black shines as Arl Stein. Also, I've never read the Goosebumps books, so I saw this almost 10 years ago. Oh god, with no experience, and it was still fun and enjoyable. I like Goosebumps, so I'd say B tier. Open season, Scared Silly. Haven't seen it, as I said, so D tier. Surf's Up 2 Wavemania, however, I have seen, unfortunately. The direct-to-DVD sequel starring WWE stars. It's just a WWE ad, which was the only reason why they picked it up for a sequel. Yeah, I don't appreciate them wasting the Surf's Up name for this. It deserves so much better. And this sequel lacks pretty much everything of what made the first film so good. Also, the animation was a downgrade. It looked very flat compared to the first film from 2007. I mean, everything was a downgrade, especially Cody's character progression. This is definitely the worst Sony film for me and a bad use of the Surf's Up name. I hate being harsh, but don't watch Surf's Up 2. It's very bad. But I'll stick it in C tier just because I didn't create a lower tier for a single film. Smurfs The Lost Village. This is the last Smurfs film I'm talking about today because Sony did not make the new one that's out now. I like this one just fine. It's a cute fantasy adventure. The soft, warm animation style is very pretty and pleasant. And while yes, that does make it better than the live action ones and probably more in line as a Smurfs film, I do still personally prefer the live action ones because all I have in my brain is nostalgia. But really, I enjoyed this film. You can say I'm being too nice to the Smurfs films. And yeah, I'll own it. So be too. The Emoji Movie. I'll be brave and say that I don't think this film is the atrocity that people say it is. It's completely mid to me. Meh, if you will. Sorry, I had to. I think there's some creativity behind the world of the emojis, you know, in the phone, and it's pretty to look at, but yeah, making a film about emojis was probably doomed from the start. And the product placement was just all over the place, so super jarring, even though I was kind of a sucker for the Just Dance part, not gonna lie. So probably bad, but I see it as below average, and it wasn't enough for me to give up on Sony for a good reason. So C tier. The Star, which was their second Christmas film and is about the nativity story. Why they decided to have it focus on a donkey instead of Mary and Joseph is beyond me. Like, I love my animated talking animal films, but even I found this to be baffling. The story of Jesus should be about Jesus. I mean, Mary and Joseph. But if that were the case, I think the film could have been much better. But as is, I've always liked the film. The animals are one note, but I found them all right. And of course, Mary and Joseph are the best parts. So here's me again being too nice because I can never hate on things. So B tier. Peter Rabbit, Sony's second hybrid CGI film. It's been a hot minute since I revisited this one, but from my memory of it, I had a decent time with it. Enjoyable, has chaos with it, and I don't mind the slapstick humor. I don't really have interest in revisiting it, but I don't mind it either, so I'll put it in B tier. I think it's a solid film. Hotel Transylvania 3. I've been here praising this franchise so much, but I will admit the third film was the weakest. You know, until, well, we'll get to it. Not as funny, and the tropes feel more played out in this one, I will admit, but I do still have fun with the third film. Like 100%. I love these characters, so I just have fun vibing with them on vacation. And I love seeing Dracula find love, especially with the human. Love that development. The animation is also quicker in this film, which I know is standard now. Well, actually it was back then too, but I don't mind it in regards to this franchise. So I still love Hotel Transylvania 3. Plus that Macarena dance in the end. Genius. I swear I'm half joking. So A tier. Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween. Weaker than the first and more by the numbers in my eyes. Just not as good, and Jack Black has significantly less screen time for some reason. I won't revisit it the way I do with the first, so very much average. I am putting it in C tier. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. What the heck do you think? It's Spider-Verse. Practically invented a new kind of S tier for not just animated or superhero films, but films in general. I mean, what can I say that others haven't? All I have is saw opening night, blew me away, love the animation and characters. It's my fave Marvel film of all time, and I do relate to Miles in various ways. Trust me, I really like MCU Spider-Man, but before this film, I never thought a Spider-Man movie would deeply resonate with me on a personal level, and that I would love it this much. I knew Sony was gonna hit, I took that leap of faith, and I'm still leaping. Love Spider-Verse, love Miles Morales. He is my Spider-Man. Of course, S tier. The Angry Birds Movie 2. Just a second, because Sony didn't make the first. S tier also. I'm not joking, I really love this movie. I already loved Angry Birds 1 when it released, but this sequel gave me something even better. It's just a blast. Angry Birds 2 is just pure fun, and also very funny. It's a riot. But I am not exaggerating when I say it's also a fun, strong film. As a movie and a sequel, and I appreciate how it deviated from the game with getting the pigs and the birds to work together. Also, yes, I played these games as a child, so the bias and full circle moment is there for me. Plus, I adore these characters. I really have known them for years in multiple different forms. I will forever adore the Angry Birds Movie 2. I'm a girl of simple tastes. So, S tier. And I'm very excited for the third film in 2027. Not made by Sony, unfortunately, but I'll still be seated. The Mitchells versus the Machines. I mean, fun, incredible film with a more amazing, hyper-stylized animation style and focusing on a relatable, charming, and endearing, quirky family. And the premise and sequences are crazy insane. What a weird film. Good thing I love weird. Similar to Cloudy, however, it may not be my go-to, but I do still recognize the high energy, personality, and quality from this film, so I'm gonna put it in A tier. I feel like people are gonna come for me for putting Hotel Transylvania above it, so rant in the comments, but be nice, please. I told you my opinions would differ. Wish Dragon. Look, I enjoy a good genie movie. Believe it or not, Aladdin is not the only one I've seen. But I do consider this film to be sort of basic and doesn't really bring anything that memorable or new. But it is still decent, and the Genie Dragon Long probably carries it for me. I liked him and his development. So I'm putting Wish Dragon in B tier. Vivo! I love Vivo. I remember highly anticipating this film. I just wanted a sweet, fun, and wholesome musical adventure, and I got that and more. This movie is so sweet. I have loved it ever since, but it's also so emotional. It gets to me, okay? I'm weak. But I really love the story. I love Vivo himself and his bond with Gabby. She's so fun and relatable. And I enjoy Andres as well. The music, look, I know society is tired of Lin-Manuel Miranda, but I always love his music for animated films. And this is no exception. The Latin pop direction for these songs was just perfection for me. Yes, I'm a fellow Latina. God, I could go on and on about Vivo and how underrated it is, but for now, S tier. The first musical from Sony, not gonna be the last. Hotel Transylvania, Transformania. Alright, for once I'm not going to be nice to my franchise, because I don't like this fourth film. I think when it comes to fourth films, this would be one of the worst case scenarios for them. Main actor doesn't come back, the creative plot is wasted, and the character regression is in full force, and it bugs the heck out of me. Really, the only thing I liked about this film was the ending. It did feel like a full circle moment for the franchise, but I don't like how it got to it. So, there you go. Even I couldn't stand for Hotel Transylvania Transformania. So, C tier. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Do I love it more than its predecessor? No. Is it just as strong and a modern classic and my second favorite Marvel film of all time? Heck yeah, it's Across the Spider-Verse. Incredible from start to finish. I didn't think that animation style could get more impressive, and then it did. For God's sake, art should not be rushed. Bless those animators, they are the real superheroes. And that cliffhanger, I knew it was coming when I first saw the film, but I wasn't any less infuriated and at the edge of my seat. I mean, truly one of the best sequels I've ever seen. I am so ready for that third film, as long as those animators can take their precious time with it. I do slightly prefer the first film just for the completed story, but I swear I love this film and this franchise. Miles Morales is my Spider-Man, and I can't wait to see his story continue. Easy S tier. I forgot to mention how much I love the Spider-Verse soundtracks, but man, I feel bad for the Across the Spider-Verse soundtrack, because I thought it would never have competition to be my favorite Sony animation soundtrack. But then Huntrix jumped out of a plane and changed everything. Yeah, last but not least is, of course, Kpop Demon Hunters. I truly don't know what to say that others haven't. This is another one I highly anticipated from Sony when they announced it, and I was still just blown away by how amazing it was, and I was so happy to see that I'm not the only one who sees it. It created a real honeymoon, and I'm never leaving it. Kpop Demon Hunters deserves the hype and more. It's fun, energetic, funny, heartwarming, with stellar animation, gorgeous visuals, strong world building, and a really creative concept, and fantastic music. Yes, I am currently putting these songs on repeat. Sony's first #1 hit was Sunflower from Spider-Verse, and their second became Golden by Huntrix. Their peak films have peak music. That's just facts. You know I'm right. And of course, the film is carried by its lovable trio, Rumi, Zoe, and Mira. I'm so excited for more of these characters and this universe. It's Kpop Demon Hunters. I love it. You love it. You'll probably watch it again after this video. I don't blame you. I know I'll rewatch it. This is my cinema, along with everything else I put in S tier. Hold on. I almost forgot Fixed. This is actually the latest film from Sony. It just got released earlier this month, and it's their first 2D and adult animated film. As I said, I love them being innovative. I'm not watching it. I don't have interest in it. I'm sorry. I already know this isn't going to be for me. If the raunchy humor didn't do it for the critics, it's not going to be any better for me. So I'll pass. This is going to go in D tier for haven't seen it. Alright, that is my tier list for all these Sony Pictures animation films. I'm very excited to see what Sony is doing next, so shout out to their next film, GOAT, because I'll be watching, hoping for an A tier film, a slam dunk, if you will. Yeah, I don't know sports. This was fun, and I would love to do this again for either movies or songs, so we'll see. Feel free to comment on what you thought about my tier. Do you agree? Do I not have taste? If you want, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and take care.